Warriors! Breaking news all over the place. We knew that October was going to be explosive. I'm going to share with you today. Why I believe XRP is going to change the world. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Just want to remind you guys, we'll be in Dubai starting what's the date? The 14th, Thursday, through the 18th, which is Monday of October. So we're going to be doing a meet and greet with Ken Mack and Coach JV in Dubai. We got a bunch of other events out there. So if you're in the Dubai area, if you want to fly into Dubai during that time, it's going to be a remarkable time. We're there to connect, we're there to grow, and we're there to build the strongest crypto community in the world. If you want to join our private community, click the link down below to join our private Warrior Academy. So let's dive right into it, Warriors. There's some amazing news going on right now. So I'm going to start with the breaking news. I know this came out yesterday, but yesterday was a crazy day, right? With the Facebook and Instagram. And I just need you guys to get mentally prepared for what's coming. So Ken Mack and I at 9 o'clock today, we're going to talk about the date, the 18th, Warriors. History in the making is happening right now. And as the sheep look this way, there's a whole nother narrative happening this way. Well, remember, every fiat currency has collapsed in history. Every fiat currency has about a 100-year lifespan. In America, we're in a position right now where we're about to experience something historical, okay? All of this is by design, playing out behind the scenes. The Ripple XRP case, in my opinion, not a financial advisor, is all by design to bring in a new Howey test. And when that XRP launches, holy shit, when that case is released, XRP is going to go straight up. But I caution you before we start, please listen to this. I hope you listen through all the way through this. Warriors, you have to be ready. You need to take out the greed index out of your mind, and you need to set up a game plan. Now, if you're someone who's going to set it and forget it, don't listen to me right now. If you're someone who wants to pull some profits and take advantage of one of the biggest opportunities that we can be, accredited investors, where you're going to make a large amount of money in a short amount of time, then you have to have an exit plan. When it starts going parabolic and everybody starts talking about the case when it's released, and Bitcoin starts going parabolic if they release EFT, or excuse me, if they do an EFT, right? If those happen, whereas it's going to go parabolic, and you got to be ready. You need to have a game plan to exit on the way up, because once it gets to the top, the exchanges are going to shut down and you're going to come sliding down the back, and the game is rigged against you, Warriors. I'm here to help you. I'm here to inspire you, and I'm here to motivate you to get your shit together, because it's going to be all fun and games, but there's a reason why 1% of the population owns 97% of the wealth, because they know that you don't know how to play the game properly. I'm teaching you, Warriors, as long as I can, for as far as I can. Now we're going to start traveling all over the country and meeting you guys and teaching you guys the game, Warriors, because I'm so fucking tired of 1% of the population controlling 97% of the wealth. This is not our money. It's not our money. We are trustees of this land. It's for all of us, Warriors, and we're going to get the money back to the people. Okay, so breaking news, judge allows XRP holders to assist in court case SEC versus Ripple. John Deaton is an absolute beast. I'd highly recommend you go follow him on Twitter. So I'm just going to go over this really quickly. I know this is all over the internet. Federal Judge Nisa Torres has denied XRP holders motions to interviewed, has denied the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission case against blockchain company. Okay, it says there is, however, a silver lining. The movements can now proceed, I can't even pronounce that, Latin friends of the court, meaning that they'll be able to file briefs. According to movants, in their individual capacities, shall be permitted to act as whatever that is, the amu kura in the action, as such as modvents shall be allowed to assist the court by briefing legal issues relevant to the case as approved and advanced by courts. It should be noted that XRP holders are not allowed to offer evidence or present witnesses. Their participation is limited to legal issues to prevent prejudice. Excuse me. This is amazing. This is huge, huge news, but that's not what I wanted to talk to you about today, Warriors. Now, you guys know I go deep down the rabbit hole, and I'm studying how the banking system connects. Now, remember, we're moving from an old archaic banking system, Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, right? We operate on the old SWIFT system, and SWIFT and all the corporations, all the financial institutions, or not corporations, all the financial institutions are switching over eventually to iOS 20,022. The Federal Reserve announced yesterday the Reserve will adopt a new messaging format for Fedwire funds and invites public comments on the proposal. The Federal Reserve Board on Monday announced that they're going to be going into iOS 2022 messaging format for the Fedwire. Keyword Fedwire fund service. The change will allow for enhanced efficiency on both domestic and cross-border payments. A richer set of payments data that may help banks and other entities comply with sanctions and anti-money laundering requirements. Whereas I've been talking about this for a year and a half when this wasn't cool, Warriors, and now this is all, when people are calling me a conspiracy theorist, this is all coming together. Now, why is this important? Are the Fed's talking about the Fedwire? Well, remember last year when we talked about Volante, the U.S. wire payments as a service, 1.4 trillion of wire value processed by Volante customers in a single day? In a single day. Let me repeat that. 1.4 trillion of wire value processed in a Volante customers in a single day. Wire is at the heart of the payments business. Errors in processing, downtimes, and delays duplicate lost payments, cost money, erode client trust. Banks also need to provide resilient wire services in the face of increasing volumes of demand, SLAs, without adding operational headcount. Worse, here we go. The wires landscape shifting. Banks need to prepare for future wires. The coming conversation of Fedwire, keyword, let's go back here. The Fed's iOS 2022 is joining the Fedwire. Their format is joining iOS 2022. You got Volante, which is working with Fedwire. Well, why is this important, JB? Because we know that Volante Ripple processes module speeds integration to Ripple Global Settlements Network. Introduction. Ripple is a new distributed ledger-based global real-time settlement mechanism. It offers bank a faster and more efficient mechanism to make international payments in fiat currency with associated settlements, okay? The solution, with easily configured business rules, with Volante Pay, Ripple processor module, payments can be processed via transactions corresponding banking channels such as SWIFT, or alternatively, maybe routed automatically via Ripple, connect to the Ripple distributed ledger settlement network. The solutions include a growing library of configurable message transformation from all domestic and international payment formats maintained by Volante. The Volante Ripple processor module also ensures that a full audit history of payments processed via Ripple record is recorded, let me rephrase that. Via Ripple is recorded, including those that are routed for Ripple processing, but not executed, perhaps due to an example. Okay. The Ripple interface solution can be deployed in a variety of ways. And let's show this document that we've all seen, the iOS 2022. We've been talking about this for a while now, Warriors. Take a deep breath. Get ready for the biggest shift in your economic system. This right here is the ISO 2022. You got Stellar, XLM. You got Algorand, Algo. You got USDC. You got JP Morgan. You got Zenfin. You have R3. You have Ripple. You have IOTA. Warriors, the future is here. People say, oh, it's just going to be Ripple, or Ripple's going to go away, or they're all, think about it. You have an iPhone, you have a Samsung. They are all going to work together to change the financial system. Remember, whoever controls the money, controls the information, controls the people. Do you realize what we are invested in, Warriors? Do you realize that all of us have the opportunity to be the biggest shift in our economic system, where normal everyday people have the ability to enlarge a massive amount of wealth? But the key is, Warriors, the key is not how much money you can make. It's how much money you can maintain and how much money you can grow. You need to know the game, Warriors, because the reason why 1% of the population owns 97% of the wealth, because they've trained the sheep to be just over broke. You grew up in a just over broke system, and when you enlarge a mass amount of wealth, you're going to spend incorrectly. You're going to go right back into the same financial vehicles that are going to make you broke. So you need to change your mind, Warriors. You need to understand that when you get money, you need to grow that money. Money needs to be fluid. It needs to move through the system. Cash is trash, as Ray Dalio says. Take it from him. Top economist in the world, one of the top economists. So cash is trash, Warriors. So it's time to break free from the just over broke system wars. I don't know how much more news we need. I mean, how much more can we talk about this, right? And just take away Ripple or XRP out of it, wars. This is the biggest shift in history, mentally, physically, spiritually. So the question I have for you, are you ready? And if you're not, warriors, we can help you. We do YouTube videos every single day. Ken Mack and I are going to bring you the real news. And, we're flying out to Dubai to meet the people that are really making the big money moves, right? And my job is to bring this information back to you so you can make informed decisions, so you don't have to be trapped and just have one linear way of looking at finances. You used to just have to go into a bank and sit with a financial advisor, and that's the only knowledge you had. But now we have this internet. You have all this information in front of you, warriors, but they're keeping you distracted looking this way as there's a whole nother narrative happening this way. And so that's what this long-haired hippie dude doing is. It's unrealistic for me to do what I'm doing, but I'm bringing you guys this information because it's about honesty. It's about transparency. And I'm not telling you guys that I'm a financial advisor. I don't even say you should take my advice. My advice is financial advice, warriors. But what I'm telling you is the stuff that I'm researching, warriors. I am so excited to be part of this timeline in human history. This is the greatest time in human history for about 1% of the population. And unfortunately, most people are not going to get this message, because the truth is, you can give $1 million to every single person in the world and end up right back in the same hands, because they taught you to be poor warriors. So you need to change your mind before you take flight. Get your mind right before you take flight. Get your mind right before you take flight. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. So if you want to get motivated every day, warriors, check out my podcast. Type in Coach JV Podcast in Google. All the podcast networks will come up. It's one of the top podcasts on Spotify and motivation and iTunes. I give you 8 to 12-minute motivation, inspiration to keep you inspired. I love you guys. Appreciate you. As I always say, warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Let's go.